What is up, friends? It is another episode of the Battlebots pregame show. It just started right now, not just a second ago when Macho was sitting there trying to figure things out. Macho has everything figured out all the time, any place, anywhere, and it is Battlebots time. Isn't that right, Kristen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby. We got an episode of Battlebots to talk about last week. It was a doozy, and we are going to do it a little bit differently. Instead of spending 30 minutes on talking about the last episode like we used to last week, we have the wonderful Akane on. He will be on right after Kristen and I recap this last episode. So, last week's recap. Kristen, why don't you take it away? Our first fight last week was from Witch Doctor and Ribbot. Why don't you take it away as we recap this last week's episode? Yeah.
All right, crack my knuckles. Witch Doctor with the commanding, gross, disgusting victory over Ribbot.
Boo!
Boo! Boo indeed. This violence towards frogs has to stop. We must save the environment. Ribbot could not get its offense going and got overwhelmed by that spinner of Witch Doctor and unfortunately lost.
Our next fight, we got Captain Shredderator over by Macho and Quantum. A big surprise here, Captain Shredderator lost. Another big surprise, Shredderator looked like a big fat jabroni, yeah! Quantum used its ethically made AI beak that did not steal parts from original teams. Quantum may be a British team, but it looked like an American team as it chowed down on Captain Shredderator like a big, juicy, beautiful hamburger, yeah! Quantum 1-0, Captain Shredderator 0-1. Shredderator needs to figure something out like they always do at the start of every single season. The next fight we have is Ripperoni versus Gruff. You are right, Kristen. Kristen, why don't you take it away? What happened in this fight?
All right, well, Ripperoni was going through some growing pains this week, according to Macho, even though I picked this correctly. But instead of delivering shots to the opponent, Ripperoni sent shots to the floor and sent their huge 70-pound spinner flying all over the place, literally everywhere. Ripperoni looked more like pizza dough being tossed than a Battlebot. And when Gruff makes you look bad, you have some explaining to do, because Gruff shouldn't make anyone look bad.
Let's go into the next fight, which was Huge versus Shatter. Now, Huge is finally looking like it's ironed out its kinks from the years before, with Huge being arguably the most unlucky team Battlebots has ever seen, yeah! But Huge is going full steam ahead. Huge took control from the start and smothered Shatter, with Shatter not being able to do its offense and getting that hammer at full speed with the height of Huge. Its size made it almost impossible for Shatter to land a solid hit on Huge. Watch out for Huge this year, as the off-season driving practice looks like it's gonna be paying off. Alright, so we got our next fight, which involved Gigabyte, the Death Roomba, and free shipping. Kristen, why don't you tell the crowd what happened during this fight last week?
So free shipping got a free win against Gigabyte. Basically, Gigabyte struggled, couldn't get up to speed, they couldn't land a hit. And when it was up to speed, it was literally on their head/writing mechanism thing, like just chilling like a top. It literally turned into a Beyblade. So free shipping got that one there.
our main event from last year, and it went not as we expected it. Minotaur with a devastating hit, as we see here on Macho's big fancy screen, that took off Tantrum's tiny little hands. Tantrum can no longer hold on to that Whopper and can no longer hold on to the W, as Tantrum lost for the first time in over a year. Yeah, Tantrum will probably be able to figure it out. Minotaur looks like a man on the mission after it got robbed of a victory to that gross jabroni team witch doctor. Minotaur looking like the bull that it is and facing those horns straight ahead, and it's going to take down anyone in its way. Yeah, that was the episode of last week. Now this week we have another episode, as it is Thursday, and that means that we have another guest, Akane. Why don't you unmute yourself and come join us on the Battlebots pregame show and get all of this free VTuber clout? Yeah!
Hello,
there he
hello.
is. There he is. Akane, why don't you introduce yourself to everyone through the video scope, the thousands of people watching the show right now? Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gents. My name is Akane Chiba. I'm currently located over here on the bridge of the Infinity, so I'm not really located on Earth like Macho is over there. It's a pleasure to be here, Macho, once again. Looking forward to talking BattleBots so I can make everyone mad, because Hypershock literally the best BattleBot ever. So be mad, stay mad.
Let's hop right in to these fights. We got Hypershock over by Macho, and we got Sawblaze over by Kristen. Kristen, who do you think is going to win this match, and why?
This is an exciting start to tonight. Hypershock versus Sawblaze. This could be a main event. Both of these bots are notoriously destructive, and they are both hungry to get their hands on that giant nut. Hypershock did get rid of their writing mechanism last season, and that kind of wasn't so great for them. So I'm kind of wondering if they've brought that back. We'll see. We will find out and hope. Basically, this match, it's going to come down to whichever bot can get more hits in while avoiding damage to themselves at the same time. Because both teams are just really powerful. They're used to winning in knockout situations, but I don't know. I think this one's going to go the full 3 minutes. I think it's going to go to the judge's decision, and ultimately Hypershock is going to win, because of course I'm picking Hypershock.
I already know I'm going to choose Hypershock. You know why? I've seen what Hypershock can do. That thing is dangerous. You get scooped up, pulled right into that weapon of theirs, you're going flying. We've seen it done before last year, and they can do it again. So we're hoping that they can actually do the job. I know they got rid of the self-righting mechanism. I guess they did it to either shred weight or try to put armor on certain things here and there. I'm hoping, like you said, they brought it back. But I don't know much about the contender there. Again, that's kind of my fault. I've been kind of here and there, but I'm a Hypershock fan. I like their design. I like their outfit. I want to see their jackets. I want to see some nice little swaggy jackets, so I definitely got to get one. So, Macho, I don't know what you're going to pick. I'm curious to hear your opinion, so let's go. What do you got? What are you going to say?
This battle will be a battle of drivers, as both of them are extremely skilled at getting the most out of their bots. Hypershock will wait for that kill shot with its surprisingly powerful vertical spinner and go for big damage. We saw the results of that vertical spinner when it sent Gigabyte to the sky. Yeah! While Sawblaze is a little bit different. It's going to be going on the offensive the whole time and try to smother the opponent with its unique dustpan design. It's going to pin it against the wall and swing in from the top with that hammer saw and hit on the soft, gooey, juicy, thin armored top of the bot. We have seen Sawblaze struggle with vertical spinners in the past. Sawblaze is more designed to take down high-energy horizontal spinners. Also, Sawblaze doesn't really have a lot of tools to flip over a bot. Both of these go into Hypershock's hand. Yeah! Hypershock does not want to get flipped over. Hypershock is also a vertical spinner. While the wheels of Sawblaze are not as unprotected as they were last year, they are still open for a big, juicy, delectable hit. And we all know Will Bale's driving skills. Yeah, he's going to circle his prey like a hyena, like a pack of wolves waiting for the opportunity to strike. And then bam! Once one of those wheels comes off, Sawblaze's gimped won't be able to move, and then it will be all over. Yeah, this will be a close fight. and it will be a masterclass of driving. But Hypershock will build on its momentum from last year and come away with a victory today. Yeah, and Macho doesn't think that. He knows that, because Macho can see into the future with the very specific skill of seeing the results of a Battlebots match. Yeah! So let's move on to the next match. We got Jabroni Fusion over here. Ew, gross. I hate it. Why is it over by me, Kristen? Get it away. Get it away from me. It's awful.
Sorry, I got big boy
And
emulsifier over here.
the beautiful new bot emulsifier. They put a video out of them starting up their weapon, and my goodness, is it nuts. Emulsifier making its debut today. Kristen, how do you think it's gonna go?
Fusion surprised us last year with a few wins. They're usually just known for catching themselves on fire and breaking down. The two weapon thing just does not work. But Emulsifier is one we haven't seen yet in the battle box. So I'm sure they're ready to prove themselves and show everyone that they can fight with the BattleBots Elite. I can't wait to see this fight. So yeah, as long as Emulsifier can drive and get one hit on Fusion, they're gonna win.
So Emulsifier between... I'm gonna go with... Just despite Mr. Macho himself, I want to see if Fusion can take it without catching fire. I want to see how that goes. I'm willing to bet money on it, you know.
We're doing like a parlay here, like Emulsifier wins, but Fusion does not catch on fire, or...
Fusion has to win without catching on fire. That's where the money bet is at. But if Fusion wins after catching fire, then, you know, it's kind of a parlay, then it kind of goes up in the air.
What is your reasoning behind Fusion winning? Do you think it's going to use the horizontal spinner, the vertical spinner? Which one do you think it's going to use, Akane? I need more meat on your prediction.
Partner, listen, I can't give away all the goods. I got good feeling, okay? I got a good feeling that certain things are going to happen.
That's the whole point of the show, Akane, is to talk about why people are going to win.
You see, there's background details you don't need to worry about, but you see that vertical spinner is going to be the killing blow. I guarantee it, almost guarantee it. About a 98% chance, guaranteed, without fire.
Macho has about as much faith in Fusion as he has in cryptocurrency. Meaning none at all. Yeah, Macho has set the bar so low for Fusion that it is in the Mariana Trench chilling with the anglerfish. Fusion actually may have taken inspiration from the anglerfish, as the anglerfish uses bioluminescence to light up its lure in order to eat. Parts of Fusion do actually light up, but that happens when the bot catches on fire, yeah! Fusion may be using some strategy to catch on fire to lure in its opponent for that hit, just like the anglerfish does, but Macho's not going to give them that much credit. Fusion Brony is going against the new bot Emulsifier, which posted the most insane weapon startup video Macho has ever seen. The weapon sounded like it was powering up a planet-destroying particle cannon laser. Just like any crypto project backed by a popular influencer, Fusion will catch on fire and have to sell off all of its assets before they lose value, yeah! And then make a apology video that gets taken down because it's too bad, yeah! Alright, next fight. We got Mammoth, which is way bigger in real life than it is in this picture. It's a big boy. And Valkyrie, over by Kristen. Kristen, who do you think's going to win this fight and why?
Every fight involving Mammoth is fun to watch. Like, it's just pure entertainment regardless of the outcome. I do think that Valkyrie's strategy here will be to go for the wheels, because there really just isn't much else to hit on Mammoth with their spinner so low to the ground. Mammoth might also not be able to do much damage on their end, though, because if they try to hit Valkyrie head on with their flipping doodad, they risk that getting torn up by Valkyrie's spinner, because it's not made of the most durable material. I mean, like, it's bendable and stuff, but like, it can get hacked off. So with that in mind, I'm going to pick Valkyrie for the win, just because I can't see a fight where Mammoth actually does much damage here.
With a name like Valkyrie, you better be prepared to back up that name, because that name has a lot of meaning. So I have my money on Valkyrie, but what in the hell is Mammoth's design? The more I look at it, the more confused I get. It looks like it could be very delicate. You hit, like you say, hit the wheels, you take it out, but that massive spinner, I don't know. But I want Valkyrie to win this one based solely on design, the name, and Mammoth looks, bit of a, I would say a meme, but that's kind of mean. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Mammoth can do. If you're saying that regardless of the entertainment value, I look forward to seeing this fight, and hopefully things go in the direction of Valkyrie. I'll cry if Valkyrie loses, because that's a powerful name right there. You can't lose with that name.
With Mammoth's size, as Macho was saying before, it makes Mammoth a matchup nightmare for different bots. Yeah, you have a specific strategy, a specific attachment to go against a bot like Mammoth. Now, Mammoth takes its big size and it takes a different approach to fights, right? With its size, it wants to strong arm and bully people around the box. Just like Vince McMahon strong-armed his way back onto the WWE executive board, yeah! Valkyrie is going to come in and try to take out the wheels of Mammoth, just like Vince took out his own legs by tearing his quads by jumping into the ring in the 2005 Royal Rumble, yeah! Valkyrie is going to have what's work cut out for us to get around to those juicy wheels of Mammoth. But once it does, it's over. It's over, just like Vince McMahon's career. Valkyrie with a big win here, as I think that the low, slow nature of Valkyrie will have a hard time actually getting pushed around by that weapon of Mammoth. Macho doesn't think that he'll be able to get under it, yeah. And when Mammoth's weapon can't get under a bot, Mammoth is useless. Useless jabroni, yeah! Valkyrie with a big victory here, yeah! Alright, now, next fight, we got Macho's favorite bot, Mad Catter, over here, piloted and captained by the wonderful Martin Mason. Ooh, yeah! And the boo, Jabroni Whiplash, boo! Boo! Kristen, who is the correct winner to this match?
You guys are going to hate me for this, but I have to do it. Mad Catter is back for Meower.
It's terrible,
Right,
Kristen. It's terrible.
Oh my goodness.
So stupid,
It's
and
terrible.
I had to. I'm sorry. This team, Mad Catter, that is, has proven themselves as a very destructive bot who could very well win it all if they play their cards right. Whiplash has been favored for the past couple of years, but they keep choosing to come out without their main weapon and just play on the defensive, and that's boring. We don't like that. Like, what the heck? So unless Matty Vasquez went back and changed his strategy around this season, I don't see them going very far. And I absolutely will not be picking them to win tonight because I'm going with Mad Catter.
Akane,
The only
do you
answer.
also have a correct answer for us?
I do not have a correct answer for you, my good friend. Unfortunately, I was just talking with the Admiral here, and he was saying that.
Oh, wait. Akane, sorry, I'm having a little trouble with your, with your feed. Oh, sorry.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like to be the devil's advocate here, okay? Whiplash could, surprise us. And Xanadu, a good friend of mine, that walking lettuce man, yeah, he's kind of convinced me on certain things.
Why are you listening to Xanadu about anything, Akane? That's your first mistake.
True.
True. That is a very true. This is an unbiased show. I'm gonna go with Whiplash because one, it makes Macho mad, which is funny. You can't call me a jabroni this time. I did it just to spite you. It's not that I'm actually going for it. It's just to spite you.
Oh, did Akane
I'm
say
just
something
waiting
to me?
for his retort.
Oh wow, that's all I wait for.
Sorry.
Okay, that's cool. No, that's cool.
Sorry, I can't hear jabroni. Now, Macho's favorite bot is back, baby, and he is going against the wimpy Whiplash. The executive decision for Whiplash to be called Whiplash. You know why Whiplash is now called Whiplash? Because it doesn't come out with its main weapon like a big boy, yeah! It cowers in the corner, waits to wait for something to happen. It wants to play the control game like a Battlebots boomer wants to see. Oh, there's too many vertical spinners in Battlebots now. Jabronis, all of them. I want to see explosions. I want to see hits. I don't want to see them pushing each other around. Why would I want to see that? Whiplash does not come out with its weapon very often because it is a what, Kristen?
It's a big, stinking
Jabroni! That's right. And you know who isn't a jabroni? Martin Mason and Mad Catter, baby. Ooh, yeah. They are back and ready to show everyone that they are the cream of the crop, baby. They have been wronged by the selection committee, wronged by the judges for too long. This is the year of Mad Catter. He got the Battlebots field in his scope, yeah, and he's going to take that spinner, chop it up, the other bots in the field, and he's going to make cream out of them. You know why? Because he's the cream of the crop, and nobody does it better than Mark Mason and Mad Catter, yeah. Xanadu said a name of a bot. Do you see what that
Oh, it's bleeped out for me.
Yeah, it's like, weird. It's
all thumbs down emoji for some reason.
It's it doesn't matter what that bot's name is. Next fight, we have Banshee over by Macho, a new bot that looks like a pretty sweet flipper bot, and we got the gross jabroni awful switchback who made both Macho and Kristen look like jabronis a couple years ago when we were like, well, that's such a cool design. It's not. Kristen, take it away.
I have not seen an awesome flipper bot since our boy Bronco, until Blip came along last year. I know we've had some other flipper bots, some shitty flipper bots, I will say. They have not lived up to the hype that Bronco was. So we will see how Banshee proves themselves tonight and how powerful they may or may not be. I'm a little iffy on it. Completely redesigned their bot. I think they look cooler this year. It's very much less Manscaped-esque. Not so much of a razor anymore and more of a, I just don't really know what it looks like now, but yeah, definitely looks like you could trim your beard with it last year. But it looks like they put on a writing mechanism, which was their ultimate downfall. They would get flipped over and they could not move. So I am hopeful that they figured that out. And for funsies, I picked them to win tonight. Mostly out of loyalty to my love for Blip and Bronco. I just can't pick another flipper yet until they prove themselves.
That design just, no, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. No, the more I try to like it, I'm trying to force myself to like it. Maybe after a couple of vodka shots, maybe I will like it. But no, I'm going to give it up to Banshee. It looks like a good design. It's going to get underneath, flip it. But you're saying it has a they have a self-writing mechanism. So who knows how this can go. But I want to see Banshee be successful tonight because I do like the color green. Flipper bots are nice. The last time I saw my favorite flipper bot, Boomer Speak, coming in, Boomer freaking bot man, was it Hazard back in when it was on Comedy Central. Biohazard, there we go. Sorry, Biohazard. That was my flipper bot. I love that bot. That was my man. Every time Biohazard got in there, just flip people and it's done. There's a reason why all bots are using self-writing mechanisms. But let's see if Banshee can prove themselves against this weird-looking comb Manscaped thing.
When Battlebots did not have jabronis making flipper bots, a time dominated by a single flipper bot, and that bot's name was Bronco. It was the most dominating flipper bot the sport had ever seen, yeah! And get this, they weren't asshole jabronis, yeah, like that other team. That shall not be named. This is a good story. We're not going to talk about that bot's name that is... It doesn't matter what that bot's name is! Now, Banshee is looking a lot like Bronco's old design. And just like Bronco, he is going to send a jabroni straight into the stratosphere, yeah! If you look up jabroni in the dictionary, you will see three things. You will see Hydra, Switchback, and Xanadu. Switchback is like a beached whale in the box. A slow, smelly bot with a small chance of exploding when you get close to it. Flipper bots forever. Banshee with a big commanding victory in this match. Yeah. So we got Hijinks over here, the remote control lawnmower. And we got Big Dill, redesigned Big Dill with, if you look really closely, you can see a little baby vertical spinner right there. Kristen, take it away. Who's going to win this match and why?
So Big Dill definitely looking a lot cooler than the last year. And I also love that their driver only has one hand. But unfortunately, their only wins so far have been over Adam 94 and Perfect Phoenix, both of which were just not great. So doesn't have much to brag on. Hijinks has a few more notable wins, and Jen, the designer of Hijinks, is absolutely terrifying. I would hate to go up against her. She scares me. But anyways, I think just her sheer willpower alone, Hijinks will probably win this fight. And also, I just always have to go with the robot that has like an actual weapon. Even though Big Dill has this little baby spinner, I don't know how much that's gonna do. Lifting and shooting flames never prevails.
The Big Dill, as much as I like the redesign, I know that they probably added the spinner because of their failure to be able to flip things last time because those forks got bent, if I recall correctly, and they were absolutely worthless. They couldn't even do the job afterward. I'm not saying that they're bad. I give props to them, but I see an actual lawnmower over there. You see how big that blade is? That thing is gonna like literally slice and dice this dill pickle, put it on a hamburger. That's my opinion, and it stands.
This is an interesting matchup, right? A tale as old as time. Yeah, the control bot against the big horizontal spinner bot. Now, we've seen Hijinks struggle when it cannot get that spinner going. That spinner is the real deal, don't get me wrong. But if it can't get it spinning, it doesn't have anything else. It doesn't have a wedge. It cannot win the control game without that weapon spinning. Big Dill, on the other hand, with its tiny little baby vertical spinner, may be able to finally get some damage points in the categories from the judges. Yeah, Macho thinks. Macho knows that Big Dill is going to take its small spinner and smother the Hijinks weapon. I think it's going to be a tough go of it to get that weapon spinning to full speed. Big Dill's going to be all over it. I think this fight may be a little on the boring side, if you catch my drift. But I do think that Big Dill is going to take the victory. Now, we got the main event coming up. Boys, girls, we have it right here. We got Blip and its beautiful, adorable little face, and Endgame, the former champion. Two big heavyweights going in to the main event today. Kristen, who do you think is going to win this one and why?
So, this match, we've got the 2020 champs versus the 2021/22 champs' little brother, Blip. Blip came in, wowed us all last season with their insane flipping mechanism. Literally does not quit. It is the coolest thing I've ever seen. They're powerful. They're awesome. And Endgame, I'm sure, is going to come out with their little forks that they like to put on there to try and keep Blip at a distance. I think that's going to be their disadvantage, because if Blip can get under even the forks, he's sending them to the sky. Basically, my hot take is Blip is sending Endgame to New Zealand, getting the win.
It feels bad because this is my very first time seeing Blip. I know you guys have talked about Blip, but I've never personally seen Blip. And it's interesting to see for me because when I came into the scene, I was watching Endgame. So I really wanted to give it up to Endgame. I have faith in the former, the current, the champs that, listen, I know there's the champion's curse, okay? I've seen it happen with EA games. Every time you get put on the Madden cover, you're done. That's it. I have faith that this is not going to be the case right now. I know they have doomed former gatekeepers before with this. I've seen it before. I like Gigabyte got blasted to the freaking next realm. I'm really hoping that that curse is gone. Endgame's going to take it. But Blip does have a nice paint color, even though it looks like a very offish gray to me. I have to say, it looks a really nice offish gray.
Blip came onto us to the scene like a bat out of hell, yeah, with a brand new flipping mechanism from the likes we've never seen, yeah. Now there is another flipper bot that claimed to be the cream of the crop, if you will, the king of the castle, the top of the line. Now, what Blip did, it went up to that flipper's house. It knocked on the door, and it said,
"What is your name?
I told you
it doesn't matter what your name is!
Blip went up to Hydra and demolished him. And what is Blip going to do to Endgame? He is going to send Endgame higher than the price of Akane's Twitter Blue. Yeah! Endgame does not stand a single chance in this world. Just like Twitter Blue is the most pointless thing on God's green earth, Flippers will reign supreme, and Blip will take the victory and get rid of Twitter Blue all at once. All right, so we are going to end the stream here. Thank you so much for supporting the Battlebots pregame show. We will see you guys next week on the Battlebots pregame show. Yeah, have a good one.
Laters, guys.
Bye.